Hang on. Let's start with that. Yeah. Cut. Hello, welcome back. Late night, Friday night, working on a couple things. We've got a workhorse here up on the bench tonight. It is one of the two TRAXXAS UDR rigid trucks we own. I picked up two rigids, and my other business partner picked up two of the Fox editions. And I had given one of the rigids to Jesse, and Al had given his another one to another guy in the community so we could all go out and race. Kind of did a, I think Al traded his off actually, and I ended up giving mine away. So we didn't need to buy two of them. There was a really good deal on buying two of them. When they first came out, it was like pretty much buy one and get the other one for 50% off. We bought them, they got stuck in customs. Customs hosed us on the taxes on it, and it turned out with after the customs fees and stuff to actually be more in the end. So don't go for good deals. It's true, they don't exist. So yeah, this thing here, lots of neglect. I knew I was just gonna run it hard, kind of like a noob with their first vehicle, put no maintenance into it, just give her right out of the box, you know, and just put it through her paces. This thing has had an extreme torture test. The rear axle is completely solid. The front diff barely turns over. She's, you know, really chunky. We're hoping the motor's not locked up, but you know, we'll figure that out when we get in there. I know the rear planetary drive for the rear axle up in here was getting hot towards the end, so obviously burnt all the grease out of it. But didn't break, didn't stop. Well, now it's stopped, it seized, but that's parking it, leaving it over the winter months here, you know, wet, sitting on the basement floor. Just had a horrible life. So anyway, we're gonna get this thing, we're gonna start with a new body, new bearing kit from Fast Eddie Bearings. Yeah, get the new bearing kit from Fast Eddie Bearings down there. And we picked up the, another Ford body. There's obviously a Raptor that comes on here, and we picked up the Proline F100 with the Heatwave wrap. I was under the impression that this body actually, I don't know why, but I convinced myself the body's going to come already pre-done with a flat clear finish. It does not. They recommend right here on the bottom to put a flat clear finish over the entire body once you're done to give it that ultra scaleistic look. My tires on the rig are still pretty healthy. They've gone kind of plasticky from sitting on the shop floor and lots of spinning. The tires factory weren't really that soft rubbery. They're an awesome tire, but we're just going to replace those and the wheels to actually match the body. The body's going to be black and gold, so the red and the red, or black with the red highlight is not going to look good. We're going to do probably black on the outside with a gold mesh in the middle. It's going to look real nice. Yeah, let's take a look at that body real quick. Suspension on that truck still feels absolutely amazing, by the way. So we're going to tear it apart and kind of show you guys what a year of hard running through water will look like. Actually, disclaimer, I did have to upgrade the steering servo. The steering servo in mine kept, I went through two of them, mainly because I was swamping them underwater. They're not really meant for that. I went with the Hi-Tech 7955 servo from Hi-Tech. It is a titanium geared servo with all types of torque and power, but the main reason I run them is for the reliability factor. I've never broken one in, I started buying them well over 10 years ago, and I still have not broke one to this day. So I've snapped aluminum servo horns, I've stripped aluminum servo horns, but I have not broken a Hi-Tech 7955 TG, titanium gear servo. So if you're looking for one of those, go with one of those. I do got the reefs, I run those now and stuff, but for like a race spec, I would go with a titanium gear over a reef steel gear anyway. So this body, pretty good. Came out pretty nice. One little thing that I've contacted them about is the hole that they put in the middle of the grommet is way offset on all of them. It's all pushed back the other way. So I asked them to fix that, send me out a new body, because that's just going to cause issues when you put the screws in. If I cut that hole out bigger, it's just going to make the body post pop through and stuff. No good. We don't want that. So we're going to get that resolved and go from there. Meantime, we're going to get this one deckled up, finished, flat cleared, all that nice stuff like they recommend, and get it mounted. So stay tuned. We're going to get that truck back up on the bench. We're going to rip that thing apart and start cleaning up all the swamp out of it. Cheers. Here's tuck them in. Woo! Look at that bird nest. That's it. We call that road hard and put away wet. That's brutal. Okay guys, back on the UDR rebuild. Remember, this is the completely, absolutely neglected, poorly treated and abused TRAXXAS UDR. It didn't fail us, didn't stop running, didn't break down. It's just really, really tired and beat up and ready for a rebuild. All the hardware is rusted, all the bearings are rusted and seized. We sure gave it a beating. We got the motor transmission sitting out over here. Big unit here. It's actually not locked up. Feels actually really nice inside still. The motor feels good. So obviously it's this planetary right here, the problem that's locked up. So we're gonna get this rear end apart. We're gonna rebuild the rear. What do you want to call it? The motor and or the transmission. The motor I'm gonna leave it alone. It's a TRAXXAS sealed unit. If it has a problem, I'll just send it for warranty. I'm not going to open it up and just set bearings on it. There's no point. So much rust in there I can't even get in. Maybe we should take care of it. I don't know. Just say. Hello, welcome to the medical channel. Tonight we'll be working on the rear differential. We'll be using our mystery blue label saline. 20 ounces of saline. I've never opened one of these up, so let's start here. Okay, well, that's just the housing. That's where the magic happens. And this is where our problem begins. And this guy opens up, splits in two. There is 1, 2, 3, 4 nuts here, or screws with nuts on the back side. This is completely locked, seized right up. There's a planetary in here that this takes input power, slows it down with the planetary to put the power out to the rear axle. Or speeds it up. I'm not sure exactly. Don't hold me to that. We'll find out after we get it moving. My guess is it slows it down. Well, that's a predicament now, isn't it? That bolt is toast. Okay, so to get that one out, it's rusted in. It's a brand new bit driver, so he's just from the rust buildup in him. The rust sometimes will eat the inside of your hex off. This one was really bad. Now we drill.
Get the drill!
So when you're drilling at the bolt, you want to get a screw that's, or a drill bit that's a slight bit larger than the shaft of the screw itself. So all you really have to do is take the head off. There's the head. Hey, buddy. There's the mess we're looking for. Okay, so this bearing is seized in. This bearing is completely seized. Oh, that's a bushing there. This bearing here is completely crunched out. This is the planetary. It is also completely seized. There was some grease in there from factory, but with the amount of RPMs and abuse this thing takes, it wasn't gonna last long. There's 4 screws that are right there, there, and there. I'm trying to get underneath, above that screw, and then pry up a little bit. She is walking up, so now we can just get in there. Keep going. Take care of your stuff. You don't have to do this. We just wanted to put this thing through an absolute torture test. We've seen them out there before, guys jumping from 80 feet and stuff, but we wanted to do the abuse, no maintenance, just drive it every day like somebody, a noob, first toy. Just drive the bag off of it. It's never broke, right? It's never broke. And oh, servo, yeah, stock steering servo. But that's it. Like, that's whatever. I'm not gonna worry about that. I have a feeling that, yeah, we're gonna open that up so we can go outside and re-sandblast that gear, get that nice and clean, clean, clean. Now what you're gonna wanna look for in here is if that stuck bearing was spinning. You'll notice that plastic will be melted and deformed and such. This guy doesn't seem to have spun in there. There's no plastic mount. It's still a nice tight fit, so we'll call that good to go. This other bearing on the other side is half as bad. It's still garbage. All really big beefy parts. I think inside of here is the cush drive. We're going to open that guy up right away and check on that. Might have a rubber dampener in there just for hard hits and stuff like that. My X-Max has a cush drive and my X01 has a cush drive. And very so you can really hack on it. You're not worried about putting all that load right into your kit right off the hop. Loosen crisscross pattern as always. This thing's going to be ugly because this is where all the heat was generated in the rear planetary. This thing ran out of grease probably 2 months after we have it. I know they recommend opening up and greasing it periodically, but as you can tell, it's the first time it's been opened since the truck was released. How many years ago? A couple years for sure. Oh look, that did nothing. Bearing there. There is the absolutely destroyed. Not destroyed, but just abused. There's actually no damage, no fail, and not much wear, actually no wear. These teeth are all still really sharp. You can see on the, I don't know if you can see there, but the gears are still really sharp on the ends. Or really rounded, flat. When they get worn, they start to get sharp. You can even see on the ring and pinion gears still look brand new, minus all the rust and beat up abuse. We need to get this guy soaking in some WD-40 in a jar, so we can get that broke down. I mean, some mystery cleaner, and then we can get that broke down and yeah, start to get this guy. Oh, that's cool. Start to get this guy figured out and back together. Get all these little bearings changed, which is gonna suck. Okay. So we got this thing cleaned up good enough. Jesse sandblasted these down in our nice little cabinet sandblaster. Got them clean. You don't want to go too heavy on that and start to wear them down. First step is reassembling your locker to your ring gear. You don't want to Loctite that in there. Once again, put all the screws in before you tighten them up. Crisscross pattern. This guy here, he's gonna get 4 bearings. And this guy gets 4 bearings. Not bad. You want to get that bearing in, get that guy in first. Set that there. And then you start dropping in your planetary gears. You want to install your sun gear. Sun gear is the one that goes over top of planetary gears. We're going to add some more grease. And then you want to drop in your bearing. Line up your 4 bearing holes and your 4 screw holes and bring her down in. Okay, so we were wondering before, it is a reduction. So I got a 5x10. I lined this thing back up. I didn't pay attention which way we ripped it out. You were here. We were just ripped it out. So inside there's actually a blocker, so you can't put it together wrong to let you know you're putting this half in upside down, and you can actually still see the marks from things coming off the gear and spraying the witchamahoozy there. Diff housing. You're just going to want a nice little bit all the way around. You don't need to pack this thing. It's going to fly off anyway, right? So. This is what you call an excessive amount, but it's going to fling off anyway. So yeah, you just want to make sure, check your gear lash, make sure everything feels good. It's not all sloppy. If it's sloppy in there, it's just going to wear quick. That feels great. Yeah, so look at that. Nice, clean, fresh, all new, all original parts, besides the bearing kit. Team Fast Eddie from the bearing kit. Check them out. Cheap bearings. I was a little worried I actually wasn't going to have every single bearing that we need. I bought bearing kits before. That's like, oh, you didn't get the one for the transmission and the flux capacitor, so then you're kind of hooped on that one. So we got the bearings out. They're still in the shafts. We're gonna show you how we got those off using 3 different size screwdrivers and a big brush. Not even joking. The simplicity and the beef of this rear axle is actually really nice. I was kind of expecting it to be a little bit more going on, and you know, more plastic bits and stuff like that. But actually, yeah, I'm surprised. It's built really well. Really huge diff gears. Absolutely nowhere. This truck has only seen 5S. It's never seen the 6S that people put them on. Guys even run them all the way up to 8S. This truck has seen 5S. I'm cursed though, I can't buy anything more than a 4S. Every time I buy a 5S, it lasts a couple weeks and then I screw it up somehow. So. Okay, that rear axle is done and back together. All we gotta do is put the shafts back in. Okay, so our big ass brush, it's got a wooden handle. Guess what we found? More rust. What? What? Oh shit. Woosah! Rinse and repeat. Mr. Jesse. Magical broom, I tell you, sir. Yes, these are beautiful. Look at those. Heavy spline, big shaft, big thread, big hole, pain in the ass. Do I have to put the other piece on before the pin? Yes, I do. Son of a bitch. Yes, they're to the back is how I pried them off, remember? Such a strange way to come up with holding your axle assembly together as a brake caliper that actually has to take the load. So this just runs back and forth in that brake caliper, and that's what holds your back tire on, or rear axle in. We don't have enough to rebuild it now. Next hobby. Wanna go smoke joints? That's all lower chest, yeah.
Okay, you got one, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Okay, so I went and checked the manual. I was right. This one screw here doesn't go here. Really set those in there. That's fixed.